The UK will not be participating in the relocation scheme. We have announced that we will be taking more refugees direct from the Syrian refugee camps. We will be resettling those people in the UK over the next few years. That means we can help the most vulnerable people. It also means that fewer people will be trying to make that dangerous journey through into Europe, which has sadly seen so many lives lost.
British Interior Minister Theresa May telling reporters outside the EU meeting in Brussels that the UK will not participate in the relocation plan that would settle 120,000 refugees across EU member countries, but that the UK is working independently to bring in some refugees. Other countries voiced disagreement with the plan as well. Slovakia says it will go to court to dispute its quota. And in an emergency meeting today, the EU's president urged leaders to stop fighting over this plan and secure and regain control of their respective borders. So now that there has been some agreement about the location of refugees, how will this affect Europe? And will this help to deal with the overwhelming number of refugees stuck in transit? For more, let's welcome in the former Hungarian ambassador to the United States, Andras Simonyi. Andras, we very much appreciate your time. You recently returned from a trip to your homeland, and it's worth noting that Hungary also voted against the relocation plan. Why do you believe the government disagreed with the plan, and what did you see on the ground?
Well, first of all, let me say this. I think the president of the European Union is right that now it's the time to figure out how we can do this together, how to show unity. I would say that the Hungarian government has done one thing right. I think it has protected the borders. But let me say this. I don't think the way it was done is really very helpful. But let's put that aside. I have been in a couple of countries in Europe in the last weeks. I've seen a lot of refugees, and I must say that it is very sad to see these people there. I think that Europe has finally taken a step in the right direction, but I would also say this is not enough. A lot more has to be done inside the European Union and outside of the European Union. Europe has to take its security very seriously, and it has to make efforts to stem the flow of refugees where actually the refugees come from.
Andres, to an outside observer, it seems as if the member nations of the EU are simply, those that disagree with the overall plan, are standing up for their own sovereignty to act in their own national interest with no apologies, even mindful of the very real human equation and human toll at stake. Would that be accurate?
I think that's very precisely said. This is not good. I do feel that we're talking about something that has not much to do with the refugee crisis. This is the disagreement on how much power Europe needs to have. I would say that this refugee situation is testing European unity, and as I've said it many times before, I want to repeat that we can come out stronger of this refugee crisis, but it can also damage Europe's unity, and that would be detrimental to not only the European countries, not only the European Union, but also the transatlantic community.
Andres, we've heard so much about Christians fleeing Syria and Iraq because of persecution by ISIS. Should those refugees be getting preferred treatment?
Well, that's a very tough question. I would say that refugees have to be differentiated from immigrants. Refugees, whether they're Christians, whether they're Muslims or Jews from that part of the world, have to be given priority. They have to be protected. They have to be let in through the door that is created in the strong fence that we are building on the borders of Europe. I do not think that, a refugee is a refugee. It's a person that is persecuted, whose life is in danger. And I would be very careful not to bring in religion into it. I would add to it, there are other kinds of people who are persecuted. LGBT people are persecuted. These people have to be given priority.
It is a major problem. Andras Simonyi, we will continue to monitor the situation and we'll speak again soon. Thanks very much. As the Pope's historic visit to the United States continues to dominate the headlines, a whole lot of Americans are asking just who is Pope Francis. And as always, Newsmax got you covered. Learn more about Pope Francis and his humble rise to the Vatican in the book, Francis, a Pope for Our Time. Get this special offer right now at newsmax.com/pope or by calling 800-203-7047. We'll be right back.